If you guys have any questions, let me know.
Take it from the top.
Take it from the top.
So the introductions are out of the way. Alright, so what we're going to talk about is Midtown, the pros and cons of it. Like every community has its ups and downs. But with Midtown, you mostly hear the negative things about it. And what we want Midtown to become is a place where you hear about it and you think of, oh yeah, I know that place, but in a more positive sense. What I wrote down is that, what I wrote down was that, we want, you know Orlando, Florida. Whenever you hear, you think of, oh, Disney World, or Disneyland, I get them confused. And you think of that place, you think of all the awesome things that can be, and we want Midtown to come just like it. And I think that we can make that possible. Some of the things, we asked teenagers around here what they thought about and thought of it, and they said it's a place that I don't want to be, a place you don't walk by yourself. That was from someone named Monica, who's 13. People not from here being here, running my place, ruining everything. That's talking about like people who are from Newburgh and come up here from the city. You know, they bring their culture back here with them, and it influences everyone because everyone wants to be a part of the new thing that's going on. So whether it's positive or negative, I don't know. But there are positive things here in Midtown. The library, the Everhard Center, the Boys and Girls Club. That was told by someone named Gabriella. She was 18. They love the food here, which I can also talk for because the food's amazing. You have places like Dallas and
Diversity.
yeah, real diversity here. You start uptown Broadway, you go all the way down. You see a lot of food places. Joey D's, Grand Food, clearly. At least I can walk to places here. I wish I could drive. I wish I had money for the movies. Ours truly, Sandy. Isn't she adorable? That's another thing too, because all of the popular events that happen here in Kingston are out by Bolster, 9W, and over there. So you know it's really difficult for people to get out there. Not everyone has a license like me. A recent quote was, "It's a very good place to live. Cops keep it safe, and the Hod Center is great for kids," which is great because, you know, Elder Sandy Thompson, Concord runs it.
Keeps the youth out the streets.
Definitely. Do you want to say something? So I'll keep talking.
Okay, so now time to talk about jobs. And, well, since, like, the budget is kind of low in Kingston, well, in the economy lately, jobs are kind of, you know, it's kind of hard to get a job at this time. And, yeah, especially for teens. And I've applied for, like, a lot of jobs, and it's really hard for me to get to them. I had an interview with Burger King, and I wasn't able to get it. So, and I just recently, yesterday, had an interview with Friendlies at the mall. So hopefully, I get the job. But the problem is that transportation, and there's sometimes, you know, people are unable to get from one place to another because they might not have no permits or cars to drive, and my best bet right now is to ride a bike.
Another thing with jobs is that they want people who have experience, but they have to understand that we are a new generation and we're learning how to do things. And like, for example, I applied to a job with retail and I haven't worked in it yet, but it's like, how do people expect you to build a resume if they won't hire you and make you into something that they want you to be? Which is something they need to work on, but I'm clearly potential here.
Yeah.
Is the bus not working for you?
That's to the next part of the
Okay.
Yeah.
The UCAT bus is limited hours, so it doesn't run all the time.
Like, I
A
mean,
lot
they
of the
do,
jobs that they could get would be at the mall in the weekend, and UCAT doesn't run in the weekend.
Right.
Even they ones they vary, and they're not necessarily going to work with their hours. So if they have to work till 4 to 9 p.m., how long will they have to wait for the bus to come if it's even going to be there?
Yeah, and it's gonna.
We would like to be the bus schedule like Albany. In Albany, the bus runs 24 hours, and if you have a student, if you're a student, you could just swipe your card and use it as a bus pass. We would like to get that.
The only thing with Albany is that they are more of a busy city, so they kind of deserve it a little more. But we're people too.
Do you guys want to take questions as you go along, or do you want to wait until the
If
end?
you'd like.
Yeah.
If you have questions, feel free to ask.
Have you checked? Because I'm in restaurants all the time, so you know my first job was at a restaurant when I was really young. So have you checked local restaurants to be waitresses,
You have to be 18
bartenders.
for
You have to
those
be
Yeah,
18.
sometimes.
because they serve alcohol.
Right. Well, you can still be a bus person or a food runner without serving the alcohol, which is a bonus. Or work in the kitchen as a sous chef or a prep chef, which is a good idea. I mean, if I were you, I would definitely think about that because I know that I look on Craigslist all the time, and the Neighborhood Watch tries to post as many job openings as we can, like weird stuff like zombies for things. But it's been my experience that kitchen work is, if you look around, you can even just calling. Sometimes they just need somebody to call.
Yeah, but even those jobs are even hard to come by because
some type of degree.
Mexicans have them tied down now.
Right. Right.
yeah.
And or other adults
And
too.
when like places like McDonald's and Burger King, when they're not hiring, there's something wrong in the economy because those are always backup jobs. I mean, I would never resort myself to that, but I always get money.
Next we have communication. Facebook is everything. Everyone goes on Facebook to talk. People advertise through Facebook, and everything is done on Facebook. And we have a quote, Facebook, everything happens here. If it's not on Facebook, it's not official.
And is this most of the youth's mindset? You think that all the plans that you make and everything fall through Facebook?
Well, judging from my 800 and something friends, I would assume so.
The world has changed.
Yeah, absolutely.
Even defining if you're in a relationship or not is linked to Facebook.
Yeah.
He doesn't put it on.
See where I'm
you don't
going
put it
I
on
would
Facebook.
And it's like,
that
it's also where
Preaching
like
to the choir.
a lot of rumors happen, like, it's a lot.
It's all about the social networking. And then that goes into MySpace. If I don't do Twitter, MySpace is broke. Before there was Facebook, there was MySpace, and everyone had a MySpace, but now MySpace is mostly used for music artists. Twitter is mostly used by celebrities. But there's a lot of
They
stuff.
update where they're going, what they're going. Oh, I'm about to go shoot a movie, but then they wonder why paparazzi's there when they get there.
Oh, I'm about to go to
You're a celebrity.
McDonald's.
This Alderman tweets every day.
Before I came over here, I put it up on Facebook and Twitter both, off to the hive.
Which reminded me, because I thought this meeting was at 6 o'clock.
So, do you guys follow anybody on Twitter?
I don't have a Twitter.
I don't have a Twitter.
I barely know how to use Facebook.
Speaking of that, we need to talk later.
I think Twitter's starting at college level, mostly. It looks after Twitter.
Well, Facebook started in college as
So,
well.
but I mean, a lot of college students use Twitter and they follow it.
A lot of professionals use Twitter as well.
Yeah.
The city is beginning to use Twitter now on the, and it's occasional. It's not a regular use yet, but they're beginning to communicate with Twitter.
Would you guys
Thanks to Mike.
say that youth in Midtown, because they're saying that they don't necessarily use Twitter, that they would follow local government officials on Twitter?
If you made it into something that's
Cool.
in.
Or geared
I
towards
guess.
your age group, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just asking Corey about it because excuse me, let me get in this. So I was just asking.
This one, I love her.
Oh, thank you. I was just asking one of the ex-interns here, Corey, about if you ever, for those of you who do have a Facebook, you go onto your little homepage and you see a thing that says you may know or you may know this person or whatever, and things will come up where you can like it. And I asked him, I said, well, if Kingston Cares came up, would you like it? And he goes, well, I don't know. It depends how many other people liked it, which I think is a completely ignorant, stupid excuse for something, because if you know about it, you should like it and be an individual. That's just my thing, but yeah, so I asked him about that, and that's what he said.
My perspective personally, even if it was about the city, well, the government and such, if it wasn't benefiting me, even though we have some events that are geared toward our age group, if I don't find it interesting, then I just won't look at it.
And that's what you have to do with the youth. You have to make it interesting for them. And nobody, and this goes for adults too as well, no one's going to really do anything if they don't get something out of it, whether it's a material thing or a self, feeling. That's just human
And I
nature.
just want to say times have changed. Most kids my age, they like to go to the club and they like to go dancing, partying, media stuff. Like you see the music videos nowadays, they like to do all that stuff.
Yeah.
So if it isn't something like that, then they won't be interested. Like they don't want to build birdhouses. They want to go and party. So
So what's the connection of the music videos? You mean the stuff that's happening on the music videos?
Yeah, 'cause it's
like
club scenes.
club
Yeah.
scenes, driving in nice cars, drinking money.
So what about all the message, some of the messages that are on
It's
the
underage.
music videos?
That's
Well,
not-
of course
personally,
they-
I can't see music videos because I don't have cable. But that's what sometimes when I'm on the computer, I look at music videos, and it's all about getting money, rising up, completing your dream, and then the dangers of the business and all that
That's the stuff that you
shenanigans.
listen to.
I like gospel.
Cindy, or Sandy, but this is Cindy's idea. Do you want to talk about your idea about the Alderman Facebook and see if that exists or not?
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't, I said before when I was talking to Miss Megan that the aldermen and women should start a Facebook page themselves, not a personal one, just a professional one, where they can have people who happen to live in their ward or know them write issues and complaints, or just maybe something nice on their wall, so then maybe they'll get a look at it more. Because a lot of people are more on the internet now than when they used to be.
And one of the things that Cindy said was that, and since it would be on the wall, it'd be public, and Alderman would be more accountable for actually addressing the issue a little bit faster because everybody could see it. So that was a really great suggestion.
Yeah.
Just another suggestion, because my name was next to it, so I was supposed to present on it, and I forgot, was this girl, Trish, who was very smart, which she could have been here as well. She was talking about how, to get friends on Facebook, the big thing about, well, if they don't have enough people to like them or don't have enough friends, then I don't want to be their friend. And so we're talking about if Kingston or Midtown Kingston had a Facebook, how it would be good to have something where there would be like a raffle that would say, like this, and then at a certain date we're going to do a raffle, and it's going to be like a big prize, like a $200 gift card or something like that, and people will like that, and during that time they'll be receiving information from that, and then you could schedule the next raffle 2 months from there. I mean, it would be expensive to upkeep, but at the same time, it would be a really, great way to keep people connected, because they, people like to, like they said, they like things that speak to them, and they like things that matter to them.
So that's being connected to Kingston Cares?
No, we're not talking about Kingston Cares. We're talking about in
Midtown.
Midtown Kingston. If if we talked before about having a blog and this and that, if say, let's take the Neighborhood Watch because they're an active thing. They have 1,500 people, but what if they wanted to get to 2,000 people? All those people could be put in a raffle because you have their names and a way to contact them, and they could spread it to their friends saying, if you like this, you have a chance of winning a $200 gift card. But during those 2 months while they're waiting for that raffle, they'll be receiving emails and notifications about really important things happening in the community.
Got to hook into the
1607.
media.
Sorry.
That's what be known. That's an achievement. So with the whole Facebook idea, it's just mainly to get out that Midtown is doing positive things, because that's what we put on it. When you look at the Kingston Times, Kingston Times posts more positive things like Make a Difference Day and the gardening, the children's gardens that they're doing. But I think another thing, we should try to get the Daily Freeman, because more people read it, honestly.
So I'd ask you guys if you guys read the paper, and what was your answer?
What, if we read the paper?
Yeah, the Daily Freeman.
I read the Daily Freeman more than I read the Kingston Times. I don't even know where you can get a Kingston Times, honestly. But I know that it exists.